Hello. I want to start by saying the title says it all really. I mean, what I mean by that coma mode is that I'm not really here. I mean, I've compartmentalised my life, and compartmentalise my life. That's part of my mental health disorder, I guess, but it comes naturally to me. And I wouldn't do it any other way. Obviously, with appropriate teachings, I'm open to change, but this is just nature, and it's like, why would I be another way? Even if I get a silly label of paranoid schizophrenia put on me, doesn't really matter. It's not the point why I'm not doing anything in my life. I'm not going to start dancing around because I've got a label. I need to avoid that label. If this specific element of my way of thinking isn't a problem to me, I don't view it as a problem. What I'm getting at is today's just another shit day, and where I can't accept life anymore and, on a daily basis, because it's too painful to accept. The antagonism from society, the world, and the rest of humanity from you is too much. It's too much to bear. And I sincerely, forget all of that, what I've just said, I sincerely believe I'm in a coma before all of that taking place. Sorry, let me just turn the TV off. I sincerely believe I'm in a coma before all of the melodrama of my life in the past 18 months, or at least the first few months were the accepting process of that, because I believed it before. You know, I believed it was the most likely circumstance for my life, but things began to get hard, and I really didn't have a choice anymore to carry on in the same way. I saw what I believed was my life, and that is that I'm in a coma, and I realised, right, well, it's that painful, it's that, I'm going to say it, excruciating to live, but I need to buck up my ideas. I need to change, and the only way I can see to change is to start living like I'm in a coma, like accepting that Andreas, you're in a coma, and that's why things look so bad. That's why. And ordinarily today, if I had the free will, so I don't have that anymore, I'd shut up all day. I'd shut up for the next 3 days. I'd be in depression. That's where I am as a result of what I'm experiencing in my life. I feel a bit sick, you know, when you're... I normally have quite a good approach to food. Like, it's not a big deal, you know. We eat to sustain ourselves. We eat to nourish ourselves, for sustenance. And thereafter, everything else, the nice taste and everything. But that adds to the sustenance, doesn't it? But with this element of depression, it's like, if I'm honest with it, I can't really eat beyond anything else, beyond the necessity. But my mental health is weird and wacky, and it's trained me not to be that way. And I say, fine, I won't be that way. And I got over this element of annoyance in my life, let's just say that. I got over it, I accepted it. Last year I was fine with it, you know, I just got on with my life. It used to happen all the time. But because the rest of my life was in check, and I wasn't, well, I say the rest of my life was in check because I still had something in my life that was pleasant. Therefore I had this element of spirit inside of me to endure. I managed to just ignore it. I got on with it. I didn't like it, but what am I going to do? I just carry on. That's what we do. I'm still alive. I am physically beaten. This thing does physically make me weaker. It will physically put me in a place of more pain, or that's the likelihood, unless my mental health wants to cover it. But that is what would take place given my circumstance. So it's a very painful thing, and it's a very violating thing, this occurrence. And it plagued me for many years. I was very depressed about it for many years, but I managed to overcome it. Where I am at the moment, and my spirit is like extinguished, the smallest little thing is just too much pain. And yeah, I mean, you could call it emotional pain, but it's not emotional pain. I mean, that's how I experience it in the moment. But it's pure terror. It's pure terror. The realization is like, imagine you have a health condition. I won't go into too many details, I'll just leave it like that. And it's real terror. And it's happened today. And I normally go inside of myself when it happens. That's what the normal reaction to it is. As I said, my mental health wants to teach me that it's not appropriate behaviour given the rest of the world, and there's me throwing a hissy fit about my little terror, because my terror doesn't equate to the terror of the rest of the world. It's not, doesn't have any validity. You know what I'm trying to say. And because my terror doesn't equate to the rest, and well, my mental health wants to make me believe I'm just being emotional and throwing a hissy fit, and it wants to train me not to do it anymore. And because it puts in so much effort, and it just like makes my life worse, I have to accept it. Otherwise my life will just be like this problem plus another problem. So I have to accept it and just deal with the problems that it brings up, and annoy my neighbours even further, risk getting a section, put on medication and ruining my life. Forget the physical pain in the moment. And I normally like to go inside of myself, but where it's trying to train me, it's making that even unpleasant. So I thought, sod it, what can I do? Let me pick up the camera. And they're my problems to the world. So one day, if the world ever turns sane and people can hear truth because it's too painful, as it is. I can't hear it. You hear about all the stuff I talk about. I can't deal with the pain of reality. How are we all going to deal with it? So I pick up the live stream, and yeah, that's the context. I can't even remember the title. You know, it's like, it's a bit irrelevant. But I'm packing for the move that should have been taking place like over the last year, and it's taking place now, and that's where I'm at. But yeah, I'm clearing out. I'm selling stuff on eBay, so if anybody needs anything, I've got lots of stuff to sell and lots of stuff to give away. But that's my life. I'm in a coma. Because it's too painful. Otherwise I'd lie to myself that I'm not in a coma. Because my life is cushy, man. Why the hell would I want to believe I'm in a coma for if my life was cushy? Not only do I have stuff to sell from my flat, I've got the boat that I had before that I thought was stolen. I found it, and I'm just making it habitable again, replacing some fabric, some curtains, and getting a mechanic there to just have a look over the engine. But it's a home. It's a home. You can cook, you can wash, you can go to the toilet, it's got all the mod cons that we'd expect at home, but it's a very humble little boat. I've got it to sell. So if anybody is interested in purchasing a boat to live on, really, really ultra low rent, you know, you just pay for your license and insurance, comes to what, £70 a month, £75 a month, something like that for that little boat, and that can be reduced going forward a little bit, and you just move every couple of weeks to a new location. You've got yourself your own home, and when the floods come, at least your stuff's dry. And you can just keep close to land. That's the rest of London floods. It sounds a bit depressive, doesn't it? And I can't hide it anymore. What I was talking about the floods, blah blah blah. I truly believe it, but it's not negative, it's not positive, it's just what I believe is likely to take place. And I can word that in a lot lighter tone, but what you just heard was me doing my best to lighten it. And it's very depressing to hear. But this is it, you know, I can't do any more. This is exactly where I am. This is exactly what my life, what society, what, again, the rest of you, the rest of us, have wanted of me, because I'm not doing a thing, I'm just trying my best every day. And I can't believe I'm still hitting the same problems and moaning about the same things, and things aren't improving. And I just have to accept my mental health and life want me this way. And I accept it. It sounds terrible, it sounds very shameful. I couldn't listen to myself. But what am I going to do? Just cut myself off from the whole world because I'm depressed? No. I have a lot more going for me now than I did 3-4 years ago. On the outside, in terms of what I own. But like we know, they can be taken away in an instant. Material possessions are just problems, really. As long as you've got the basics there for you, why would we want the responsibility of owning and needing more income to feed a lifestyle of greed? Really, I mean, from my perspective, with a mental health disorder, living on benefits is impossible. If I didn't have a mental health disorder, what more do you need than 70 odd quid a week to buy some food? And if you're on benefits, you've got your housing paid for you. Would you need the mobile phone bill? Gas, electricity? But, you know, if you're staying up here and this is healthy, you just put on extra clothes in the winter, keep the heating down to a minimum, and in the summer, open all the windows and walk around like me. It's very little we need. But, no, I've expressed, and that's the point of this video. I don't have anything else to add, other than there's laptops, George Ford, head massagers, VR gear, all for sale. And there's clothes and well, just clothes at present to give away, but I'm not going to open it up to requests at the moment, but yeah, it just might be clothes to give away. So, bye.